everybody. We'll begin in about another minute or so. So just remember to have whatever you need handy for your practice. We're just going to start in a comfortable seated position. So letting your legs cross. Maybe just come to the middle of your mat. So beginning by sitting up nice and tall, drawing your navel into the back of the spine, allowing your back to be straight, and let your shoulders really draw down away from your ears. And keep your crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling, drawing your navel into the back of the spine. And let your hands just rest onto the knees, soften the elbows to the sides of your body, and allow the eyes to gently close. Just settling in now, just beginning to let go of your day. And find yourself just moving towards stillness. And try to let the mind just start to quiet down a little bit, let go of the thoughts that you may have brought with you. And as you breathe in, take in some nice, pure energy. Now when you exhale, release any negative energy out from your body. So think of taking in positive energy and releasing out negative energy. And as you're breathing, start to make sure that you're hearing the breath. So you want to allow the breath to make a sound. That's our Ujjayi breath. So you want to hear the sound as it travels through the back of your throat. And so just taking a few moments to connect with that breath. And slowly let your eyes open as you gaze forward. Let's bring both hands into prayer position right to the center of your heart. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. And bring your hands to prayer as you exhale, lower the hands to the center of your heart. And again, raising both arms all the way out to the side and lift up. And exhaling, slowly bringing it down. Let's do that 2 more times. Lifting up, inhale. Exhale and bring it down. And again, raising the arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhaling, take the hands into the center of your heart. And from here, just place your hands back onto your knees and allow the back to stay straight. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears and lower your chin to the chest. Just feel the stretch coming into the back of your neck. And then raise your head back up center and slowly turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Bring your head center and turn to look over the right shoulder. Come back to center and lower the chin back down to the chest. And raise your head back up and turn to look over the left shoulder. Returning center, turning to look over the right shoulder. Coming back center, lowering the chin back down, chin to chest. And lift up. Turn your head, looking over the left shoulder, coming back to center, and turning to look over the right shoulder. Returning back to center, lower the chin to the chest, and let your head just hang. Relax the shoulders down away from your ears. And then slowly return your chin back level with the mat. Let's bring both arms all the way up. Inhale. And we're going to take the arms all the way down. We're going to take the hands and turn the fingers so that they're facing back towards the back of your mat. And bring the hands close to your hips and just let your shoulders pull down. So take your hands as far back as you can, maintaining a straight spine and straight arms. And then just hinge forward and lift the heels of your hands up, coming onto the tips of your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and really feeling the expansion through your chest. Pull your navel into the back of the spine, tucking your tailbone under. So maintain this stretch here as you close your eyes for a few breaths and feel that you're really creating length. You're not rounding and hunching the shoulders. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together and pulling the shoulders back away from your ears. Staying on the tips of the fingers as you fold forward. And then let your eyes just close for a few breaths here. And let the chest move towards the front of your mat. And then on your next inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, sit up nice and tall. Let's bring both arms all the way up. Inhale, bringing your hands forward. We're going to take it right onto all fours in tabletop position. So however you can get there. And just come to the middle of your mat. Spreading your fingers wide. Allow the middle fingers and thumb, index fingers to face forward. And keeping your knees under your hips. Let's take a few rounds of cat and cow. So we're going to start with cow pose first. So we're going to curl the toes, let your tailbone tilt up, let your chest lift up, head up, and then let your toes come flat. Round through your back, draw your chin into the chest, and curl the toes. Inhale, tailbone lifts, head comes up, and exhale, round the back, toes go flat. And just take that chin all the way into your chest. And do a few more on your own. And perhaps let your eyes close and just flow with your breath. And taking this movement nice and slow. So slow down the breath a little bit. If it's a little too quick, make it a little slower, a little smoother. And rounding through the back. And let's do that one more time. Coming into your cow. And then coming into cat as you round the back. Bring the chin into the chest. And then from here, bring your big toes together and open your knees wide out to the side. Take your tailbone down towards your heel. I want to sit the butt back down towards the heels as you stretch your arms as far forward as you can. Keep the back nice and long. So really remembering that length when we created the forward bend and we were folding forward. So lift up, keep your palms flat, lift your chest, and walk your hands over to the right side. As you do, keep both arms alongside your ears and just keep pressing your left buttock down towards your left heel. Try to keep that back nice and long. So even if you're up here, just try to take your the fold down with a long spine. And so try to pull the shoulders away. And then just walking the hands forward, you're going to take it over to the other side, keeping both arms around the ears, pressing your right buttock down towards the heel. And slowly coming back to center. Extend those arms as far forward as you can, and then return back onto your knees and take those knees back under your hips. Curl your toes, sit the tailbone back towards the heels. Lift your knees off the mat. Coming into our first down dog. Start to very slowly cycle your feet. So pedaling it out. Do it nice and slow. Really feel the stretch coming into one calf and then going to the other calf. And then whatever side you're on, just hold and push that heel a little bit closer towards the mat, bending the opposite leg. Feel that stretch in that calf. And then switch sides, and that other heel pushes down, and the opposite leg bends, the head hangs, with that stretch in through the calf. And then pressing both heels down to the floor. And let's slowly walk our hands to our feet. As we come to the feet, you're going to bring your feet flat on the floor. Put a soft bend in your knees and take hold of your opposite elbows and hang here in ragdoll pose. Make sure your head is just very heavy, so maybe shake it yes, shake it no. And if you feel need to kind of shift side to side, sway it out, side to side, just loosening up anything that feels a little tight. Holding here, and then just finally let your arms collapse down. Continuing to let the head relax, no tension in your neck or shoulders. Then putting a little bit more bend in your knees. Slowly tuck your tail under, begin to roll up. So really squeeze your belly into the back of the spine. Keep your chin into the chest as you roll yourself up, one vertebra at a time. Start to straighten your legs and straightening your spine. Tailbone is tucking under. And once you get up nice and tall, finally lift your chin away from the chest. And let's roll the shoulders forward and up to the ears, rolling them back and down. Lifting the shoulders up and rolling back and down. One more time. Lift up and take it back and down. Let's take both arms, lift all the way up. Inhale. Taking a forward fold. Arms go out to the side, hinge from your hips. Place your hands onto the mat And let's walk it forward once again, back into our down dog. We're going to take the right leg and lift that right leg all the way up to the ceiling. You're going to round the back and pull the knee in towards your nose, but keep your down dog position. And send that right leg back and up. And again, round the back, pull the knee in, and lift it all the way up. And pull in, and lift it up. And this time, let's take that right foot and lunge it right in between the hands. So if you can't get it there right away, place it down onto the floor. Reach with the ankle with the right hand and take it into that 90-degree angle and allow the left knee to lower and flatten the toes on your left foot. Taking both arms back behind you, sweep your arms back, squeeze your shoulder blades, long spine, hinge from your hips, come up into your crescent pose. As you take those arms up, make sure they go nice and straight. Maybe the hands can come together. Maybe you get real close, but just try to keep those arms extended and nice and straight, and breathe here. That left hip flexor is getting a nice deep stretch. Breathing deeply in through your nose, out through your nose. And both hands come down on either side of your right foot. Now right here, we're going to bend the left leg at the knee, and you're going to reach back to find the top of your left foot. Pull your heel in towards your left buttock. If you can't reach back, just keep your hands down on the mat and keep trying to pull your left heel into the buttock, but flex the foot so that you deepen in the stretch into that left quadricep. And so breathe, keep your shoulders squared forward, chest is towards the floor. And then release your left foot and let that left knee lift off the mat and take your right leg, send it all the way back to down dog. Dropping your head. And let's raise the left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Keeping your down dog, just round the back, throw the knee into the nose. And then again, lift the leg up and pull it in. And lift, and pull it in, and lift that leg, stepping that foot into our lunge position, just so wherever you end up, just wiggle it in, make sure that you have that 90-degree angle, and then sending that right leg back down onto the mat, toes come flat, and stretching the arms all the way back. Let the chest lift, peel your chest off your thighs, raising your arms up, stretching and reaching up. And sinking that pelvis down, but you want to tuck under and move your hips forward. Let the fingertips stretch up as high as you can reach them to the ceiling. Gaze is slightly upward. And one more inhale. Exhale, both hands come down on either side of your left foot. Now the right heel is going to lift and push in towards your right buttock. You can reach back with that left hand, find the top of your foot, and pull in. If you can't reach the foot, keep the hand on the floor, flex the right foot, and pull the heel into your buttock. So you want to really feel that you're getting a stretch through the quadricep, the top of your right leg. And then release if you have that grasp on your foot. And we're going to take it back to down dog. So left leg's going to go back into your down dog. Let that tailbone lift. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And then from here, let's separate the legs as wide as the width of the mat. So you want to take your pinky toes just to the very edges of the mat and keep the toes facing forward. Going into a little bit wider down dog, and just press the heels to the floor. Draw the crown of the head closer to the mat, and just feel that deeper stretch entering into the back of your calf muscle. And breathe here. And let's lift the heels way up and walk your feet back in. Keep those heels lifted, stretching into the soles of the feet. Drop the head, keep the tailbone back. So you don't want to shift the weight forward into your shoulders. And then lower the heels back down towards the floor and let your toes raise. As you lift your toes, feel a deeper stretch once again into the calves and maybe a stretch through your shins. And we're going to take the right leg, raising it all the way up, lunging that right foot in between the hands. So allowing that foot to come right in between both hands with the knee over the ankle. Just going to let that left foot come in a little closer for warrior one. So the left toes are slightly angled to the left corner of the mat. The right thigh stays parallel to the floor. We're going to stretch the arms back and square your hips moving forward. So when you come up, you want to really make sure your hips are facing the front of your mat and lift your arms up, stretching up. So allowing the arms to extend up just as we did in our crescent pose. If you can get the hands together, you can interlace your fingers, but you want to let the chest open. You don't want to cave in. You don't want to collapse through the chest. So really expand open, squeezing your shoulder blades, and breathe here. And then from here, we're going to take it into a warrior two. So you're going to take your hands to the center of your heart, spin your left foot open to the back of your mat slightly, and allow the right heel to line up with the instep of your left foot. Your right thigh is parallel, your hips turn and open to the longer edge of your mat, and your arms come out in T position. So all you did was take your hips from facing forward, and you turn the hips to the left, adjusting the back foot. And breathe here. Soften those shoulders down. I'm going to take it back into warrior one. So from here, raise the arms all the way up, straighten your right leg, turn towards the front of your mat, and just kind of lift up that left foot and place it back down so you come into that heel to heel alignment and your hips are facing forward once again. I'm not going to hold it here that long. Now we're taking warrior three, which is a balance pose. So let's first start out by bringing the hands to the center of the chest. Rotate onto the ball of your left foot. Scissor your inner thighs together. Sink your pelvis down. Start to hinge slightly from the hips. And then allowing that left foot to lift when you're ready. The right leg will start to straighten. So when you lift the left leg, get that right leg straight. And then continue to let the left leg lift. So as your leg is lifting, your hips are staying facing down towards the mat. So you're not opening that left hip out to the side. And breathe here. So if you have the balance, you can keep your arms extended alongside your ears and take your warrior three in that position. And just take it where you can, maintain the balance. And remember, it can be challenging side to side. Taking it back into a high lunge. So come onto the ball of your left foot, bringing the hands into prayer. From here, we're going to keep the hips, the shoulders over the hips, and sink your pelvis down. Just turn and rotate over in a little twist to the right. So you're keeping your hips facing forward. You're just lifting out from the hips and the rib cage twists a little bit to the right. Return back to center. Straighten your right leg. Lift the arms all the way up. Inhale. And then bend your right leg at the knee. Exhale the hands on either side of your right foot. And let's take that right leg back for a down dog. And holding here. And getting that stretch. So we're going to go back into that wide down dog again. So let's take those heels, the feet, the pinky toes out to the edges of your mat, and then pull your chest in towards the thighs. Draw the heels down. So feel that stretch. You're going to feel also that the shoulders open up a little bit more. You'll get more deeper into the back of your legs. Let the crown of your head face down towards the mat. And then let the feet come back in. You're going to raise up high onto the balls of your feet, but keep pushing your chest towards your thighs. Really feeling the intense stretch opening in through the calves and maybe even in your shins as you press your heels down and raise your toes. And then let the toes just relax. Lift the left leg all the way up. Lunge that left foot in between the hands. So we're going to prepare for our warrior one. So the left knee is over the ankle. Just hop your right foot in slightly. So you want to bring it in a little closer, getting a heel-to-heel alignment. The toes of your right foot angle to the corner of the right corner of your mat. And as you sweep your arms back, peel your chest off your left thigh. That left thigh stays parallel to the mat. And you're going to take your arms, extending them all the way up. Draw your shoulders down. And feel your inner thighs really drawing together. Arms can come closer as long as you're able to keep the arms straight. Maybe you can interlace the fingers. Get those arms to go straight, make steeple fingers, or just interlace your thumbs and breathe. So really turn that right hip to face towards that front of your mat. And then releasing your hands into prayer, into a warrior two. So your hips are going to rotate to the right, your right foot spins out slightly to give your left heel alignment with the instep of your right foot, and the arms extend out. Soften the shoulders. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Remember, now we're going to take it back into our warrior one position. So you're going to just bring the right hand forward, rotate onto that left foot, and rotate onto the ball of the right foot, and then get that heel to press down again. So the heel to heel alignment, bringing the arms up, and we're not going to hold it that long because we're taking our warrior three, our balance here. Bring the hands to prayer. So lift the heel, square the hips forward, hinge from your hips, start to straighten the left leg as your right leg begins to lift. So find your balance first, and then with control, raise the leg just to where you're comfortable, and keep sending that right hip towards the mat. Arms can either stay in prayer or you can extend your arms alongside your ears. So whatever feels good. Let that left leg be nice and straight. And we're going to take it back into a lunge position. So you're going to draw that right heel back. So you're down into this lunge. Thumbs are still into your chest. Hips are forward. You're going to rotate towards the left now. As you turn, the left shoulder moves back, the right shoulder moves towards the left, and push back through your heel with the right foot. Really stay strong through that right leg. And take an inhale, come back to center. Exhale, both hands down on either side of your left foot. Bring that left leg back to your down dog. And hold here. So we're going to finish out again in that wide down dog. So let's take those pinky toes out to the edges of your mat. Make sure that the edges of your feet are in alignment with the edges of the mat. So don't turn the toes out. And once you're here, pushing through your heels, go deep into your stretch. Maybe feeling it even through maybe the ankles a little bit here. So now we're going to open into the inner thighs. So we're going to walk the hands towards the feet. And as you do, flatten your feet to the floor. So bend your knees and get your tailbone to come towards the mat. Now, if you can't get down that far, you can use your block and you can sit on your block. But you want to really start to open up into your inner thighs. So depending on how flexible you are through your inner thighs and your hips, you may not need the block. But if you have to, sit on the block and bring your hands in prayer. But try to keep the toes may angle out slightly, but that's okay. So eventually you might want to try and get the toes to face more forward. But for now, just let the toes angle out, but you want to stay flat on your feet, not lifting the heels. So let the inner thigh, the elbows come into the inner thighs, push the knees open and feel that stretch as it comes into the groin area. Pull your shoulders down and breathe. Keep the back nice and long. 2 more breaths. Keep opening through the inner thighs. And last inhale. And exhale. We're going to bring both hands down onto the floor and then start to lift your hips all the way up. Heel toe your feet towards each other, keeping them about hip distance apart. And let's take the toes of the right foot and lift them up. Press down into the heel. Take your right hand and slide it underneath your right foot so that the back of your hand is on the mat and the palm is right underneath your foot. And just let your toes rest onto the wrist. And then do the same with the left foot. So you're going to lift the toes, coming onto the left heel and sliding the left palm under. And then just get long through your spine. Inhale. And then exhale, fold, and let those shoulders pull back. If your elbows bend, let them splay out to the side.
And just drop your head deepen into the hamstrings now. Deep inhale and exhale. And 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to lift up first the left foot and place the palm down, and lift the right foot, place the palm down, and then we're going to bend the knees, coming into ragdoll. Just let your hands come into your opposite elbows and just sway side to side. Let the arms collapse down. From here, roll it up one vertebra at a time. So soften the knees if you need to. If you can come up with straight legs, that's fine. But if you need to, bend the knees. And come up nice and tall, allowing the tailbone to press down to the floor. Crown of the head faces up towards the ceiling. And bring your hands in prayer position. And allow your legs to remain about hip distance apart. So we're going to just let the shoulders pull down away from the ears. You want to lift your heels way up off the floor. And let's take the arms, extend them all the way up. As you lift, we're going to take it into a squat. So we're going to just let the arms come shoulder height. Keep your heels lifted, shoulders down away from the ears. Now you just want to push your knees forward so that your shoulders stay over your hips when you take your squat. So this can be pretty challenging. If you have any knee issues, you can avoid doing this. And you want to just take it down to where you're in a squat position and bring your hands into prayer. Your knees will be facing forward and you're staying on the balls of your feet. Your heels are lifted. And then from here, extend the arms out and do the best you can to press yourself back up. Nice straight spine. Keeping those heels lifted, raise the arms up again. Reaching through the fingertips. And take an inhale, get a little taller through the tips of your fingers. Exhale, heels lower, fold into a forward bend. And walk your hands forward. And let's come right down onto the mat. So you're in your plank, you want to just let yourself come all the way down so that your face is on the mat, not on the floor. So make sure the forehead comes onto the mat and let your legs go extend back and let the toenails flatten on the floor and extend your arms alongside your ears. So forehead is down, arms are alongside your ears, toenails are pressing down into the mat. And just stay here for a moment, just connect to your breath. And from here, just raise your forehead. So don't tilt your head back. Just let the forehead lift off the mat. And as you lift the forehead, the chest lifts slightly. Raise both arms up alongside your ears and lift both legs. So keep your gaze just down towards the mat. Don't look forward because looking forward can crunch your neck and you don't want to crunch through the neck or the shoulders. Hold it here a little bit more. I'm going to lift up higher. Inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way down and bend your elbows in. Turn onto your right ear and relax here. Just listen to your breath, maybe even hearing your heart beating. And return your forehead back onto the mat again. Arms extend, so working on getting that back bend again, second time. Arms go forward, forehead on the mat. Make sure your legs are about hip distance apart. Push into your toenail. Forehead raises, lifting the chest, so don't tilt your head. And raise your arms alongside the ears and lift your legs. So it's pretty intense at the back bend here. Just stay with it, breathe with it. So notice that it might be very challenging, but you can do it. One more inhale, lifting up a little higher. Exhale, lower down. Bend the elbows, turning onto your left ear this time, and let the shoulders relax. Close your eyes and breathe. And returning back, forehead onto the mat. Keeping your arms in close to your body, just bend your legs at the knees, bringing
your heels in towards your buttocks, and then just kind of windshield wiper the legs from side to side, taking any tension out from your lower back. And then let those legs go nice and straight behind you. And let's take the hands and just place them right next to the shoulders. Lift the elbows up and then slide your hands down more towards the bottom of your rib cage, feeling those elbows drawing in towards each other and feeling the shoulder blades squeezing towards each other. We're going to push it up into up dog. So only go as far as you can with maintaining that arch through the back. You don't want to hunch through your shoulders. So just raise your head, lift your chest, start to push into your hand. If you're starting to do this, come down a little more and pull back more. So you don't want to be like this and struggling with the shoulders up to the ears. Depending on your flexibility in your back, you may have to just stay here, but you want to pull the elbows towards each other. You want to pull the shoulders away from the ears and just come up. Maybe if you have the flexibility through your back, your hips lift, your thighs lift, and then just curl your toes and let your knees lift off the floor. So hanging out here, let the shoulders come down away from the ears. So wherever you are, we're going to end up in down dog. So curl your toes, take your tailbone back, and lift up into your down dog position here. And breathing here. Take our left leg, lift it all the way up to the ceiling. Lunge the left foot in between the hands. So you're going to get that knee to come right over your ankle, wiggle that foot in. And then you're going to turn to the right, the long edge of your mat. And then once you're there, you're just going to take your tailbone towards the back of the room. So you're going to heel toe your feet in a little closer. You're going to bring your tailbone to the back to the wall behind you and try to keep your back nice and long. Try to get your butt to come down. So you want to not have your butt way up. So just do the best you can to have your knees line up with your hips. It's working on strengthening the quadriceps, the tops of your legs. Bringing the hands onto the mat, or if you need to, have your block here. And then start to raise your hips all the way up and drop your head all the way down towards the mat. Lengthen, inhale, and fold, exhale. Move your chest towards the wall behind you. And lengthen again, inhale. And let's take it over to the left. And we're going to just let the right knee come down to the mat. And once it does, we're just going to come into a straddle position. So you're going to just let the pelvis come down and extend your legs out to the side. So we're in a straddle position. You want to make sure that you're on your sits bones. So ground through your sits bones, flex your feet, make sure that the back of your knees are pressing down into the floor. The heels are pushing down to the floor, the toes are facing up. So from here, bring your hands in prayer, raise your arms all the way up. We're going to take the right arm down to the inside of the right leg. As you take a side bend here, let the left arm stretch up and over. So you want to turn the chest to the ceiling and just let the arm go over the ear. So try to avoid bringing your chest down to the floor. Just let that left arm go all the way over the ear, reaching towards the right toe. And just keep your feet relaxed. Reaching, try to push that left buttock down. Then we're going to square off. So you're going to bring your left hand down to the mat and bring the right hand to the right side of your leg. So square the hips so that they rotate towards the right foot. And now flex the feet and draw your chest down towards your right thigh. Remembering that straight spine. So earlier we came forward with that long back. So don't start to round, don't start to pull the navel in. Pull the shoulders back. Then you're going to feel the groin opening, the right hamstring opening. And slowly come back up and come center. Bring your hands in prayer. soften the feet and just let the legs lift, the arms lift. Inhale, taking the left arm to the inside of your left leg, taking your side bend here, reaching over to maybe hold your left toe. So that's the direction that your right arm is going. It's not your chest is not moving forward. You're not wrapping the arm around your chest. So the arm goes over the ear. You should feel that nice open stretch into the right side of your body. And then square the shoulders over the left leg. So right hand is on the right side of your leg, left hand on the left side, and then fold with that long spine. So squeeze your shoulder blades, just lean forward. You're going to feel that inner thigh and hamstring get a stretch. And slowly walk yourself up. Now, doing the best that you can to take a forward bend here. Allow your hands just to come in front of you. Keep the tailbone tucked under. Keep your feet flexed so the toes are raising up to the ceiling and the backs of your knees are pushing down. Now, just keeping your hands right where they are, all you're going to do is hinge from your hips and move your belly towards the floor. So you're not rounding the back. The motion comes into the inner thighs and you're rotating from the hips, moving your chest towards the floor. Your belly starts to come down. Don't drop your head. So rounding your back is not going to bring your chest closer to the floor. Keeping those toes flexed, you're going to feel the intense stretch in the inner thighs and just fold as far as you can go. If you have the ability to come forward a little bit more, you can come forward, but you want to maintain that length through your back. And maybe the belly comes down, maybe the chest comes down. But don't get that back to round and don't tuck the chin in. Just make sure that you're bringing more of your nose to the floor. Slowly walk yourself back and then take your hands behind your legs and just let those legs close. Lean back, shake the legs, and then rock them out side to side. And then just swing yourself around so that you're at the front of your mat. We're going to slowly take it down onto our back. So we're going to lower yourself down onto your back. And once you're there, keep a slight tilt in your pelvis. So let the lower back press down into the floor and allow the belly button to pull into the back of the spine. So feel the lower back pushing down into the floor. I'm going to raise the right leg all the way up to the ceiling and flex the foot. Now, if you have a strap or if you have a tie and you can wrap that around your foot, you can hold on to the strap and allow the right leg to remain straight. If you don't have that tool with you, that prop, you can take your hand and just kind of wrap it either around the ankle or maybe take it right behind onto your right calf, but you don't want to hold onto the back of the knee. So just bring the hand somewhere on the right leg with the right foot flexed. Keep your left hand onto your left hip. Push that hand into the hip and send the left leg straight out with a flexed foot. So the left leg is extended straight forward with a flexed foot, and the right leg is extended straight up with a flexed foot. Draw your navel into the back of the spine so you really want to pull the lower belly in, and then just let that right leg open out. Keep the leg straight. So if you start to notice your leg is bending, don't go any further. As long as that right leg stays straight, you're fine. So if you're out here and your leg is bent, bring it back in. So you want to keep pushing that left hand into your left hip to secure your left buttock onto the floor. So let the right leg only go out as far as it can go, keeping it straight. So if you have the tie or your strap, or maybe you have the ability to hold in yogi toe lock. But you want that right leg to be straight. So just because you can go over to the floor, that's fine, but your leg has to be straight. So you should not have the leg bent. And then bring that right leg back up. And then just slide your left foot flat to the floor and place your right ankle above your left knee. And let your right knee just fall open. Bring both arms out to the side in T position. We're going to slowly take it over to the left, so the right knee is moving towards the left side of your mat. Let that right side of your body open. Reaching your left hand on top of the right if you'd like. If you're feeling too intense, it's intense enough and you don't need that deeper stretch, you can just keep that left arm out in T position. And then just gently turn your gaze to look over the right fingers and then let your eyes close. And breathe into the stretch. Return your head back to center. Keep your ankle on top of your thigh and come back up. Let your left foot stay flat on the floor and just center yourself back to the middle of your mat and bring your right foot down. So both knees are bent now. And now we're going to take the left leg, extending it up to the ceiling. So flex your left foot. Use your strap or a tie if you have it. You're going to hold on to that strap. Or if you can, hold on to your ankle, or if you can hold yogi toe lock, making sure that that left leg is straight. Right hand comes onto your right hip. Start to straighten your right leg. As you flex that right foot, pushing through that heel, press the back of the right knee down to the floor. You're pressing the left back of the knee forward. So we're going to push that right hand into the left hip. Into the right hip. Inhale, the belly pulls in. Exhale, let that leg start to open up. So as long as the leg is moving straight out, you can keep going. As soon as you notice it starts to bend, bring it back to where it's nice and straight. So that's what you want to maintain, a straight leg. So bending the leg and opening it up is not what we want. We want that leg to go straight out from the hip, pressing that right hip down. And bring that left leg back up. Slide the right foot flat to the floor, releasing your left foot, and place the ankle just above that left knee. And open the arms out in T. Inhale, navel pulls into the back of the spine. Exhale, let the left knee fall over to the right. And if you want, your right hand can find the left knee. Take it into a deeper stretch. Looking down the fingers of your left hand. And really soften your left shoulder. You don't want that left shoulder to pop up. So holding onto your left knee pulls the knee too far down and the shoulder lifts. Just release the right hand so that it's not making your left shoulder come up. Look down the fingers of your left hand and then close your eyes. Just breathe here. And return your head center and keeping your left foot on top of the thigh, slowly come back. Right foot stays on the mat and bring your left foot down. And then bring both arms down alongside you. And let's hug both knees in and rock it out nice and slow, side to side, just massaging your back. So we're going to take it into our shoulder stand. For those of you who've never really practiced shoulder stand, you can go ahead and grab your block. And you can take the block and place it underneath your sacrum. And then you can, once you get it there comfortably, and then you can just let your legs lift here. So this is how we start by getting ourselves to lift up into shoulder stand. If you already know how to get up there, you can certainly go ahead and do that now. So if you're not sure, you're just going to let that block just stay underneath your sacrum. If you're coming into your shoulder stand, I'm going to bring both legs all the way up. And you want to support your back and let your legs lift, pulling your elbows in closer. Once you're up here, don't let your chin move, so you're not moving your head at all. And just hold. I'm going to at least see if we can maybe hold it here 5 breaths. Try to get those toes to really go up to the ceiling. And breathe here. So your option, you can stay here, or if you want, you can let the right leg tap all the way over your head, keeping the left toes lifted, and then bring the right leg back up. And then taking the left leg, try to let the toes tap the floor if you can. Right toes are pointing up.
and bring it back up. And holding back again in your shoulder stand. We're going to let the arms come down. So you want to bring your arms down and you want to slowly let your back roll down onto the floor. Keep your belly in. So if you have the block, you can remove the block from your lower back. Once your sacrum is down on the mat, lower the legs, extend them out. Keep extending, keep that belly in. We're going to take fish pose, which is the counter pose for shoulder stand. So you're going to put your feet on the floor, bending your legs at the knee. Let your hips lift off the mat. Bring your arms underneath and hook your thumbs together. So really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Get those arms to really tuck under your back. Then let your palms press down onto the floor. Lower your buttocks down onto those pressed palms. Unhook your thumbs and extend your legs straight out. So your arms are secure underneath your back. Let your toes have a soft point. You're going to raise your chest as you push into your palms and forearms. As you raise your chest, lift your head and look down at your toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades, your chest expands, and then the head gently drops back, and the crown of the head comes in, touches the floor. Chest remains open. So you want to hold here just as long as possible, making sure that you're arching through the whole back. So the only thing that's on touching the mat is your butt pushing into your hands and the crown of the head. The rest of your upper body is off, the back is off the mat. Then let your head slide back to a neutral position. Take those hands from underneath your buttocks. Pull the knees into your chest. Rock it out gently side to side. Just making that nice massage into your back. I'm going to finish up with Happy Baby and then take it right into our relaxation. So for Happy Baby, take your hands onto your knees. Open the knees out as wide as they can go. Then let your feet lift up to the ceiling as you flex your feet. Pull those knees towards your armpits. Reach up and see if you can hold your ankle. And pull those knees closer into your armpits as you press down into your lower back. So we're stretching into the groin. Remember we did Balasana when the legs were on the floor, the feet were on the floor, and we had the same type of stretch here. So pull those knees in towards your armpits, keep that lower back pushing to the floor, and then let's rock the baby from side to side. Keeping the belly drawn in, so really let the abdominals pull in nice and tight as you rock from side to side. Nice, gentle massage. And then finishing up, just allowing the rock to stop. Slowly lower your feet down to the floor. We're going to take our relaxation now. So once you're on your mat, on your back, allow the legs to completely extend forward, hip distance apart. Let your feet gently flop out to the side. Draw your arms away from your body, turning your palms towards the ceiling. Squeezing your shoulder blades together, let the chest expand. Close your eyes. And just letting go now. No more effort, no more work, no more energy that we need to use. Just let it all go. So let the eyes close. We're going to take some cleansing breaths here to really help rid us of any leftover negative energy. So taking a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. And again, nice deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. And last one, inhale. Exhale and sigh it out. And keep pushing out. Keep trying to push out every bit of stale air from your lungs. When you've done that, just let your mouth close. Keep your eyes closed. Feel your body relaxing completely.
And then just letting yourself resume your natural flow of breath. So we let go of the control of our breathing and just let the body breathe on its own. Nice and slow, smooth and even. Just begin to feel that your body is very heavy. The body is melting down into the earth. Letting mind just quiet down. So maybe the thoughts are there, but they're not coming in too quickly. They just pass in front of you. Let them go once you see your thoughts. Trying not to dwell on any of them. Just ride the gentle wave of your breath. Let the breath flow in and out. And with each exhale, surrendering a little bit more into the heaviness of relaxation. Going deeper and deeper into this quiet, peaceful place where your heart is open, where there's no worry. And remain here now for the next few minutes in your Shavasana, letting your body go deeper and deeper into the earth. The mind is a little quieter. And you relax. Relax your body. Relax your mind. And without moving, just notice how you're feeling right now. Heaviness of your body. Just start to wiggle gently your fingers and your toes. Just feeling yourself moving, bringing some of that energy back into your body slowly with control. And then allow your hands to come into prayer right into the center of your heart and vigorously rub your palms together. Really create a lot of heat and friction in your hands. And place one hand onto your heart and the other hand onto your belly. Notice your breath. Notice your heart beating. And once again, bringing the hands together, vigorously rubbing the hands. And place the opposite hand on your heart and the opposite hand on your belly. As you watch your breath, feeling your heart beating. And just gently let your arms relax down alongside you. Take a nice deep breath in and stretch your arms overhead, reaching as far back as you can, pointing your toes, getting a nice big stretch. Exhaling out any side sounds or moans. And then gently hugging your knees, pulling them into your chest. You slowly rock it out from side to side. Just getting a nice gentle massage in your back. And when you're ready, roll it all the way over onto the right side of your mat. Allowing your right arm to rest your head and making a comfortable pillow for your head. And let your left hand rest on the floor in front of you, in front of your chest on the floor. Be with your stillness. Be with your peace. And just taking this opportunity to notice how you're feeling. Perhaps looking back at your practice. Notice if you gave yourself permission to go as deep as you could possibly go, or were you a little hesitant in taking that step a little bit further? Sometimes we are afraid of injury, which is a good thing to be concerned about, but you want to move ahead and continue growing in your practice. So trying to take on some of those challenges, but you want to do everything safely. So always remember to move as far forward as you can, but recognizing where your limitations are. Very slowly pushing yourself back up into a seated position. So use your left hand to press your body up, cross your legs, sit up nice and tall, taking your hands and bringing them into the center of your heart in prayer, Anjali Mudra. And let's raise the thumbs up in between the eyebrows. Let your eyes remain closed, asking your spirit to allow you to always see the truth. Lowering your thumbs down to your lips as you ask your spirit to allow you to always speak the truth. And taking your hands into the center of your heart, asking your spirit to allow you to know and to feel the truth. So let us close now with one long Om to seal in our practice, to seal in what we've gained, the knowledge, the wisdom, our deeper understanding of our practice and of ourselves. Nice deep breath. Inhale. Om. And very slowly and gently lower your chin to your chest as you bow to the light and love that shines within you. Know that that light and love shines brightly within each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone.